As anime fans, we know that having a great first episode is key to getting people hooked and keep them wanting more. It's important that a good first episode introduces us to its characters, story, and setting in an intriguing manner. Today, we take a look at 10 anime series that had highly memorable first episodes. Remember, if you liked the video, hit the like button and also subscribe for more anime lists, news, reviews, and discussions. Let's begin. Excel Saga is total non-stop insanity, so it's hard to imagine this having a first episode that is easy to forget. So what happens in this first episode? Well, for short, the main character dies, gets revived, then kills the creator of the very series she's a part of, and that's only the first half. There's also the crazy scene here where she starts directing traffic and causing unbelievable accidents. Personally, this is one of my favorite comedy anime, as long as you don't try and marathon it, because the voice acting, it can get to you after about 3 episodes. Mushishi is such a brilliant fantasy anime that nearly every episode feels like it could be its own Ghibli movie. It's about a mysterious man wandering around exorcising spirits. It's episodic for the most part, giving a breathtaking experience within each and every episode. Episode 1 focuses on a young boy with a gift of creating life from his drawings who live in the middle of the secluded forest. The first episode of Mushishi stands out on its own as easily memorable because every episode of Mushishi is the same way. This is definitely one that you need to check out if you haven't seen it yet. If you know me, then you'll know that Golden Boy is a no-brainer here. It's one of my go-to anime that always leaves me on the floor laughing. It's about a total pervert of a guy who drifts in between new jobs in each and every episode. In episode 1, he works for a tech company as a janitor, and keep in mind all the women in the company, which are all women, they're very attractive, and he even worships the toilets that they sit on. Now, one of the great things that keeps me coming back to Golden Boy is his wild emotional outbursts that always get him caught in the worst of situations. If you haven't seen this one yet, I highly recommend it because it's one of my top 5 most rewatched anime series, as well as one of my favorite comedy anime of all time. The first episode of Monster hits like a truck. Immediately you're struck with this western setting, and it gives you a great taste of how suspenseful the series can get as the expert surgeon Tenma works in a corrupt hospital and is placed into a difficult situation between having to save the life of the hospital's biggest donor or to save the life of a young child, and he's the only one capable of doing these surgeries here. However, in Monster, no choices are without their consequences. Monster is one of the few anime that truly feels like a real-life crime drama or thriller, and it's incredibly suitable for anyone who's a bit older and wants to try anime. Either way, this episode will never be forgotten. Next, we have Attack on Titan, and I hope you guys appreciate how hard it was for me to put Attack on Titan above Monster and Golden Boy on really any list here, but the first episode of Attack on Titan had me and just about everybody else hooked as we're introduced to this city surrounded by numerous sets of walls holding these giant titans at bay. And what good would these walls be if they didn't let in a few giant mad-eating titans now again? I mean, not good for the people living there, but it's good for us because we get a little bit of entertainment going on here. As a lover of samurai, this first episode got me so hyped for the rest of the series. 2 characters, 2 different fighting styles, Jin the technical traditional samurai and Mugen the wild vagabond fight it out in this restaurant as it is burning to the ground, and they don't even care. It's like they're just in a world of their own. All they care about is just fighting each other at this point. This must have been the 3rd samurai anime that I had ever seen, so the fights left such a lasting impression on me throughout the entire series, but episode 1 I will never forget. Number 4 is Berserk. Need I say more? It's about a guy wielding a massive sword who walks into a bar and starts cleaving people in half before going off to slay giant snake demons. It's just a shame to see that we didn't get a true manga story introduction, because if you've seen chapter 1 of the manga, you know what I mean there. There's some crazy stuff going on there right at page 1 that we didn't get in the anime, but still, this episode had me on the edge of my seat. I was so surprised because it's just something more mature than I had seen in many anime series at the point when I had first started watching it, and it always left a lasting impression on me. Still to this day, Berserk 1997, sadly, the way I see it, is still the best reiteration of the Berserk into anime. Unfortunately, it's not perfect or complete, but hey, it's what we got. Dragon Ball is a timeless anime, so it's only right that the first episode be the same. The anime begins following young Goku, who's secluded in the woods, so secluded that he's never seen a girl until Bulma comes along. The first episode of Dragon Ball is probably one of the most relaxing and lighthearted episodes of anime that I can remember, and this continues through the entire first arc. For me, Dragon Ball is one of my go-to anime whenever I feel sick, or I just need something, I need to relax, because this always is going to be a relaxing distraction for me from everything that's going on in my life, and I love it. To me, Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 stands strong still to this day despite the existence of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. The reason for that being is the story and characters' introductions. I recently began a slow rewatch of the 2003 Fullmetal Alchemist, and it's probably going at the pace of a DVD a week, and the first episode still has me excited in seeing Ed and Al walking through Lior and just exposing their phony prophet, and that moment when Ed rips off his jacket to reveal his automail arm. It really set the tone for the rest of the series. Lastly, we have Yu Hakusho, and I think everybody who's seen Hakusho expects to see that episode on this list here. After watching close to 700 anime, episode 1 of Hakusho still packs a punch to this day. It's got everything you could want: action, comedy, drama, and even character development there. Just seeing this typical punk Yusuke and learning why he acts the way that he does, because he's got a hard life at home for him there, and seeing how he's truly a good person when he saves the life of that kid being hit by the car and sacrificing himself, and even Kuwabara when he went storming into Yusuke's funeral and just so upset over the loss of his rival there. It really is a touching and timeless episode that is not to be missed. Even if you're skeptical about shonen anime and have never seen this one yet, just try it, and I think you'll be hooked for the rest of the 111 episodes. So what are your favorite first episodes in anime? Let me know in the comments section below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video to stay up to date with my news, reviews, lists, and discussions. If you want to see more lists, check out my list playlist, where I even have top 50 lists out there. Loads of lists. I love making them because it helps share different anime with people, and if you'd like to help support the channel, check out the Patreon, because these videos are primarily funded through viewer support and could not exist without them. Thank you all for watching, and have an awesome day.